What if I told you that the ultra-rich use a secret mental framework to make decisions that seem risky to everyone else, but always lead them to wealth, success, and power? And the shocking truth is that one man cracked this code not from an Ivy League school, but from a prison cell, turning his life into a billion-dollar empire by mastering how the rich actually think before they act. And his story will not just inspire you, it will change how you make every decision from this day forward. This is the mysterious rags to riches story of Richard Montañez, the janitor who invented Flamin Hot Cheetos, and how he reverse-engineered the billionaire decision-making matrix that helped him climb from mopping floors to sitting in executive boardrooms. Because what he figured out is the same system used quietly by the elite, from private investors to Silicon Valley giants, to make decisions that look impossible but pay off every time. Born in a migrant labor camp in California, Richard struggled with school, dropped out by the 10th grade, and could barely write a sentence in English. Yet deep inside, he knew he was meant for something greater. He started working as a janitor at Frito-Lay, pushing a mop down the factory halls while executives walked past him without a second glance. But Richard was not just cleaning floors. He was studying systems, observing patterns, and mentally preparing himself for an opportunity he could not yet see. One night, a machine broke down on the production line, and leftover Cheetos came out without cheese dust. Instead of tossing them, Richard brought them home and added spices inspired by his Mexican heritage: chili, lime, salt. The flavor was intense, addictive, different. But it was what he did next that reveals the matrix. Richard called the CEO directly, without permission, without approval, without any formal authority, and pitched his idea. That single decision would have paralyzed most people with fear. But Richard followed a framework billionaires use instinctively. Step 1. They assess upside potential versus downside risk. If the upside is life-changing and the downside is embarrassment, rejection, or failure, they act. Step 2. They do not seek permission. They seek validation through results. Richard made the product, branded it, and tested it himself. Step 3. They understand that timing is more important than perfection. When the idea is hot, they move. Step 4. They bet on identity, not just product. Richard sold a cultural revolution in a bag. His product was not just spicy. It represented a generation, a flavor, a boldness. Step 5. They accept rejection as a data point, not a definition. Richard was not trained to make executive decisions, but he trained himself to think like one. His pitch landed him a meeting. That meeting launched a test product. That test became a sensation. Flamin Hot Cheetos became one of the most successful snack launches in history, making billions for Frito-Lay and turning Richard into a legend. But here is the twist most people miss. Richard never became rich because he invented a snack. He became rich because he mastered the matrix. He made a decision others would have delayed, debated, or dismissed. And that is the secret of the ultra-wealthy. They move fast, think long, and reframe fear. Billionaires use what is called asymmetric decision-making. They only act when the potential return vastly outweighs the risk. That is why they look fearless. They are not fearless. They are calculated. Jeff Bezos once said, "If I make 3 good decisions a day, that is enough." Why? Because the quality of your decisions matters more than the quantity. Elon Musk uses first principles thinking. He breaks a decision down to its fundamental truths, strips away assumptions, then rebuilds from logic. Oprah uses emotional intuition backed by data. She asks not just what will this do, but who will this make me become? These are not just habits. They are systems. Systems that anyone can learn, including you. If you are still watching this video, it means your subconscious is waking up. You are tired of guessing. You are ready to decide with power. And here is how you build your own billionaire decision-making matrix. First, define your goal clearly. Vague goals create vague decisions. Second, reverse engineer the outcome. What needs to happen for this to be successful? Third, identify your assumptions. What do you believe that might not be true? Fourth, simulate the worst-case scenario. If it fails, what is the actual cost? Fifth, create a minimum viable action. Take the smallest, fastest step forward. This is how you rewire your brain to think with precision. This is how you stop being reactive and start being strategic. And if Richard Montañez can go from janitor to executive with no resources, no credentials, and no permission, then what is your excuse? Billionaires are not born different. They learn different. They decide different. And now you can too. Hit like right now if you are ready to start making billionaire decisions. Comment, "I decide wisely," to program that into your identity. Subscribe if you want to be part of a community that trains your mind like a weapon. And most importantly, start listening to our How You Can playlist daily. Let it play in the background while you work, while you cook, while you move through life. Let the subliminal messages reprogram your mindset. Because success does not come from hustle alone. It comes from choice, from clarity, from courage. Every billionaire you admire started with one decision: to think differently. And that same decision is available to you right now. Use it. Share this video with someone you believe in. Watch it again if you need to. The Matrix is not a fantasy. It is real. And you just saw it in action. Now it is your move. Make it count.